Guys, something happened. Something I think I'll never be able to get over. I was walking around town. I had just moved in recently, and it was a pretty small town, and I decided I wanted to check it out. While I was walking around, I saw a small thrift store. Wow, I thought, it looks really old. And it was. It's practically falling apart, and it looked like it was the oldest building in town. I decided to check it out anyway. To my surprise, there was actually somebody working in there, despite the fact that the building looked abandoned. It was an old man in a dark cloak, and he looked kind of shriveled up. When I looked at him, he noticed I was looking at him, and he started chuckling.
well, young man, what are you doing in my store? Not many people come by here anymore.
I told him that I was new to the area and just looking around.
Well, I see. Feel free to look around.
I thanked him and started looking around the store. There wasn't much in there besides old clothes and stuff like that. I saw a vintage cartoon section which kind of intrigued me, but somebody else was in there, so I decided to just leave him alone. But I did find one DVD that intrigued me in a different section. It was a DVD of the amazing world of Gumball. Score! I thought. I picked it up and went to see what episodes were on it. I looked at the back of the box to see it had some of my favorite episodes on it. There's also one I didn't recognize the title of. The Addiction. I was a little surprised. What's this, an episode that didn't air or something? How does this old man have it? I walked over to him to ask him about it. Hey, I was wanting to buy this VHS, but I couldn't help but notice it doesn't have a price tag on it.
Oh yes, sorry about that. It's $6.66.
Oh, okay, I said, pulling out my wallet to buy the thing.
Thank you for your purchase.
I walked off, a little creeped out by the guy, but I tried shaking it off since I'd be able to see a Gumball episode of Gumball I had never seen before. When I went home, I inserted the VHS into the machine, and it started playing the theme song. I saw some of the old episodes, and after about a few of them, I got to the last one, The Addiction. I noticed the episode number was 420. I wonder how many episodes that Cartoon Network had made of Gumball that were never released. I don't think there were 420 of them. Strange. When the episode started, it was fairly normal for a Gumball episode. You know, it's just him playing on the video games on his couch. Then Darwin ran in excitedly. Gumball, Gumball, did you hear? I'm gonna be a foreign exchange student to Columbia. What the what? Gumball exclaimed. It's awesome, man. When are you leaving? In a week. Well, I'll see you in a year then, Darwin, since that's how long he was going to be gone. And then a title time card appears saying 1 year later, and we see Gumball in the exact same position he was in the earlier shot, as if the studio didn't want to create a new one. Although it could have just been a joke that Gumball has nothing else to do with his time aside from playing video games. I'm not really sure. I also forgot to mention that the voices of the kids sounded a little tired and scared. I don't know if that's important, but whatever. We then see a very tired Darwin walk through the door. Hey Darwin, how was Columbia? We see Darwin flinch and then quickly mumble, It was good, go Gumball. We then see him quickly run up to his room as Gumball stares in confusion. Hasn't seen me in a year and he barely wants to say a word to me? Ah, well, he's probably just tired after that long flight. I probably should let him sleep for a little while. Gumball then goes back to playing a surprisingly violent video game. For a kid his age, and the fact that, you know, it's a kid's show. Like, it was... yeah. Anyway, we then hear some noise coming up in his room, from Gumball's room, and he decides to investigate. Gumball runs into the room and screams, What the what? He then notices that as Darwin is springing around the room, jumping from wall to wall. Gumball then notices that there's some white powder on Darwin's gills. Darwin, what is wrong with you? Gumball then notices the white powder on the floor. Oh, that's probably not sugar, huh? Gumball then starts to scream at Darwin for doing cocaine in Colombia, and then he tries to take his stash away from him. Here, Darwin starts to become very violent and attack Gumball. He pins Gumball to the ground and starts pounding away at his face and starts screaming something about a thief trying to steal his stash. And then he hyper-realistically rips out Gumball's eyes. I was shocked. I wanted to throw up too, and I did. I hyper-realistically puked all over the floor, hyper-realistically. I then started to cry hyper-realistic tears. I knew that this would never happen. Darwin would never do drugs. If anything, Gumball would be the one doing drugs. What then proceeded was a scene of reminiscent of the one where Gumball and Darwin were hyped up on sugar, ripping apart their younger sister Anais's toy donkey. But instead of a stuffed donkey, it was Gumball's body. After a while, Darwin calmed down and realized what he had done. He immediately started freaking out, wondering what he was going to do with Gumball's remains. I know. I'll go bury them outside. Yeah. He then put all the parts in a bag and cleaned up the hyper-realistic mess and put it into a closet, a trash bag into his closet. Since Gumball hadn't cleaned the room before the incident, there had been a lot of rotten food in the closet, so Darwin hoped if anyone came in and smelled the body, they just would have assumed it was nothing more than weeks' worth of old food. Later, Nicole, their mother, walked into the room. Ugh, it smells terrible in here. Why haven't you boys cleaned up in here yet? A nervous Darwin then says, right, and says, Mom, I can do that right now. Yeah, I'll do that right now. He then runs to the closet to try to get the body out carefully. Oh, no, it smells so bad. I am sure you need help, Nicole says as she walks into the closet. No, really, it's not necessary. Darwin's then cut off as Nicole finds the garbage bag with Gumball's remains in it and starts screaming. The worst part is that it didn't sound like a fake scream that an actress would make. It sounded like a real person. Like the studio had kidnapped somebody, made them wail at the top of their lungs at gunpoint. Darwin, in a panic, then knocked out Nicole and succeeded. Anais and Richard ran into the room to see what all the screaming was about, but all they saw was Nicole's body in a closet. They ran in there to see what had happened, but as soon as they ran into the closet, Darwin sprung from his hiding place and locked them in. After locking them in the closet, we then see him proceed to pull out a can of gasoline and throw it around the room. He then starts to light the house on fire. We hear the hyper-realistic screams of his family as he runs away, with a hyper-realistic tear in his eye. I can't believe it, Darwin sobs. My entire cocaine stash burning away. The episode then ends with no credits. I was sobbing because I knew Darwin was sad because he had no cocaine. I ripped the Betamax tape out of the player and I stomped on it and burned it, hoping I'd never have to see the thing again. I was gonna go to the thrift store to scream at that old man for selling me the thing, but the building looked like it was locked. The building was locked up and it looked like it had been abandoned for years and years and years. Even worse than when I first saw it. I then walked up to somebody that was nearby and asked them about it, and they were like, "You couldn't have bought anything from that. The creepy old man who ran the store died on May 25th, 1983.